Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Poets and Quants' online MBA panel, the Online MBA Experience. Today, we're joined by program directors from three elite programs, Michigan Ross, UNC Kenan-Flagler, and Georgetown McDonough. I'm your host, Christy Blyzeffer of Poets and Quants, and please feel free to use the Q&A function to submit any questions for our panelists. I'll do my best to get to those at the end of the session. So let's begin with some brief introductions. If each of you would kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and your schools. And Lizette, we'll start with you.
Sure thing. Hi, everyone. Christy, thanks for having me. My name's Lizette Korn. I'm the managing director for our part-time MBA programs here at Michigan Ross. I've been with Ross for almost 10 years now, but I'm newer to the part-time space, so really looking forward to speaking with all of you today.
Very good. Thank you. And Matthew.
Hi, everyone. My name is Matt Henty. I'm the director of the MBA UNC program at the Kenan-Flagler Business School at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. I've been with the program for about 6 years now.
Very good. And Sudipta.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Sudipta Das Mahapatra, and I'm the Senior Associate Dean of MBA programs. So in my role, I manage the full-time and the Flex and Flex Online programs. And I've been here at Georgetown for about 3.5 years. I'm a professor in business analytics and love to talk to any one of you about our programs. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks to all three of you for your time and giving your valuable information to all our school seekers out there. Lizette, let's just go ahead and start with you. Give us a general introduction of your school at Ross, kind of the mission and values, reputation, that kind of thing.
Yeah, sure thing. So Michigan Ross, right, our kind of mission and values, we're committed to building a better world through business by developing powerful ideas, purpose-driven leaders, and a community that is really dedicated to making a positive impact. And so we're always looking for those future leaders who are going to make that impact.
Great. Thank you. Matthew.
Yeah, so University of North Carolina has a pretty extensive history. We're actually the first public university in the United States, founded in December 1789. And we're the first public university to graduate students in the 18th century. So we have an extensive history. The business school was actually started in 1919 as the Department of Commerce, and then officially changed its name to the Kenan-Flagler Business School in 1991 to recognize the significant contributions of the Kenan family and Henry Flagler, who you may all know is the one of the co-founders of Standard Oil. So we have a pretty unique background. We have a new dean currently. Her name is Mary Margaret Frank, who is a triple Tar Heel with the program. She got her undergraduate, master's of accounting degree, and PhD from Kenan-Flagler. So she's coming on board now and excited to get started with our school, but she's no stranger to Kenan-Flagler for sure. And really our mission is to inspire and build leaders who make the world a better place. We try to challenge students and prepare students to be the best in the world and the best for the world. We do that by trying to integrate our core values of integrity, inclusion, innovation, and impact.
Very
good. Thank you. And Sudipta, what about at Georgetown?
Yeah, so Georgetown University, as you all know, is located in DC. It's also founded in 1789, and we are the first Catholic and Jesuit institution of higher learning in the United States. So our mission has been rooted in Jesuit values, which basically emphasize education, ethics, and service to others. McDonough School of Business is prestigious. It's well-renowned for providing a very comprehensive business education, I would say, that is rooted in these Jesuit values and a global perspective. And so we exist to educate and prepare future business leaders that are ethically responsible, globally minded, and capable of making a positive impact on the world. So we foster innovation and deep understanding of business and management principles that have that sense of social responsibility.
Great. Thank you so much. Matt, now let's dive in a little bit more to the online MBA in particular. Tell us, how long your program has been around, how long it generally takes to complete, some of those basics.
Yeah, so the MBA UNC program actually started in July of 2011. So we've been doing this for a little while, and the program has only grown and and really produced a lot of fantastic alumni over the years. The program itself can be completed in as little as 18 months or as long as 36 months. And we've built a lot of flexibility into the program there. On average, those students take about 24 months to complete their MBA through MBA at UNC.
Great, great. Thank you. And Sudipta.
Yeah, so we are relatively new. So at McDonough, the Flex MBA Online started in fall of 2023, and we just welcomed our first class. So the online program is designed to offer the flexibility of online learning while maintaining a strong sense of community and engagement that we have in other programs as well. So the online program just started on high demand from the students. We have had our Flex program, evening program that has been in existence for many years. And so we built on top of that program, and as in other MBA programs, this program as well focuses on both collaboration, leadership, ethical decision making, and a holistic business education. So it is the same program as other programs. It is the same faculty, same curriculum, but a lot of it is online. So again, it gives incredible flexibility to the students, and students can complete this program in as little as 24 months all the way to 60 months. So again, it's an option to fit your career into work, life, and school balance, all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lizette, what about at Michigan Ross?
So the online MBA is the most flexible MBA offered by Michigan Ross.
Mm-hmm.
The program launched in fall of 2019 and takes an average of 3 to 3.5 years to complete, but it can be completed in as little as 2.5 years, and really offer students kind of that same Michigan Ross experience, rigor, right, that they would experience in our other programs, but with the added flexibility of scheduling and being virtual.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Sudipta, we'll just kind of continue with the flexibility a little bit. What kind of flexibility does Georgetown offer in, like pacing, class selection, asynchronous versus synchronous, that kind of thing?
Yeah, sure. As I mentioned previously, it is the same program, but the students can complete the degree between 20 to 60 months. And so you really have a lot of flexibility to balance, your work, your family, and the school together. So in addition to that, we, in terms of asynchronous and synchronous courses, it combines both. So we have online coursework with virtual classes, which really allows the students to interact with professors, peers in real time. So we combine online learning with unique in-person experiences as well. So it's a very flexible yet comprehensive educational experience that really goes beyond pure online offering. And we can talk more about that later. But literally, the students can take the courses at their own time as they go into, from the core courses to electives.
Yeah, absolutely. Lizette, what about at Michigan Ross?
Yeah, absolutely. So there isn't a mandatory course order. Students have the flexibility to take the core and electives in the order and at the pace that works best for them. For those electives, the students who are able to come to Ann Arbor are also able to take those courses with either our weekend or full-time MBA students, which really allows them to kind of build that network a little bit further. And when we're talking about our online coursework, the format, we offer some asynchronous and some synchronous. So they get a good combination of self-paced learning along with that interaction with both their faculty and their fellow classmates.
Great. And Matt?
Yeah, the MBA UNC program is really built for working professionals. And we know that our students are often very busy with personal issues, work issues. And so adding a rigorous graduate program on top of that is a demanding term. But MBA UNC is really built with flexibility in mind. And we maintain the rigor in the program by providing students a flexible amount of time to complete the program, so that 18 to 36 months. And then students have to complete 9 core courses in the program, which generally takes about the first year. And then the second half of the program is a variety of electives. And we have over 40 electives in the program that students can choose from, plus an additional set of experiential options that they can select from. So there's a lot of variety and flexibility in what they can do. Students are also able to come to campus at Chapel Hill and spend some time here taking classes in some of our other MBA formats, whether it's the full-time program, the evening program, weekend program, or at MBA at UNC. So a lot of our classes for the MBA at UNC program, we do have an asynchronous component. So students are required to prepare themselves ahead of time for each class, and then each class has a 90-minute session during the week where students log in and they meet with their other classmates and their instructor during the week, so they get some face time and some face-to-face interaction with others.
Yeah, very good. Lizette, tell us a little bit about the concentrations available, if there are any, with the Ross MBA, and what kind of guidance and support do students get in selecting those?
Yeah, absolutely. So at this time, we don't have specific concentrations for our online MBA students. Instead, students have the freedom to select their coursework based on their specific interest. Mm-hmm. And to go with that, there is a team of academic advisors who can provide guidance based on those interests. And they are the same people who are providing guidance, right, to like our full-time MBA students. So they're really well-versed in the coursework across Ross, and make a really nice complement for those students.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt, what about the concentrations at UNC?
Yeah, so MBA at UNC has 6 concentrations in our program. We have data analytics and decision-making, entrepreneurship, finance, management and leadership, marketing, and strategy and consulting. So these concentrations are a collection of courses that students can take throughout the program, starting with some of our core courses and then finishing up with elective courses. And this is really a deeper dive into content in a particular area that students are interested in. And this is helpful because students may find themselves, as they progress through their MBA journey, if they're looking to switch careers, they might concentrate in a new area. If they're looking to level up and they like the career path that they're on, but they just want to move up within their company, they can also do a concentration in their current career path. So these concentrations are available to students throughout the program. They can also take multiple concentrations, and many students do. And we have a team of student success advisors who guide the students on organizing their courses and helping them select the courses throughout the program so they can get the most out of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sudipta.
Yeah, and similar to our peer institutions here, we have concentrations that are actually called certificates at Georgetown.
Yeah.
And so the students can enroll in multiple certificates. And these are basically customer analytics and insights, non-market strategy, sustainable business, real estate, and the business of health. And so students can enroll into multiple programs if they want to. And, we also offer dual programs with the College of Medicine, so MD, Foreign Relations, Public Policy, Law, etc. So students can plan for these ahead of time, like starting their orientation, and can take courses related to these certificates starting the second semester of the program. So we have program advisors for each of our cohorts. So for example, the Flex Online cohort will have advisors who can help talk to them and advise them on how to plan their curriculum and these courses. And then we also have each certificate program or concentration actually has a program advisor, program director, who speak with the students directly during orientation at the end of their first semester, and then share videos with the students, talk about why the specialized specialized certificate or concentration is important, and what type of career opportunities they will have if they do take this concentration and certificate.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Matt, let's get into a little bit of the kind of opportunities for students to come together, in person, whether either on campus or on an immersion. What kind of opportunities does UNC offer for that?
Yeah, we definitely have some great opportunities, and it starts on day one. Students have the ability to come to campus for an in-person orientation and really to connect with their classmates and establish those relationships that are so important in any MBA program, let alone an online program. And our students do that. They come to campus for an orientation. They spend a couple days here in Chapel Hill and have the ability to connect with Kenan-Flagler faculty and staff and each other and really make those connections. Then throughout the program, we have a couple of courses that we call summits that are kind of an executive development style course where students come together and they get to meet other students in the program. And we have particular content that we theme throughout these summit courses for students. And we do these both in Chapel Hill and in international locations around the world. And we offer them every quarter. So students have lots of opportunities to connect with each other. But they don't have to. So whatever works for their busy schedules, they can always work into the program. And then, of course, like I said earlier, students can come to campus. So if they want to take an in-person MBA class during their electives, they can. They absolutely can. So it's a great way to network with other MBA UNC students, other MBA students, and really connect. And then finally, as they're kind of progressing through the program and thinking about what's next for them, we also have a lot of opportunities on the career side as well. So the Kenan-Flagler Business School and the Kenan Center offer a lot of centers within our school in a variety of different areas: real estate, healthcare, all sorts of stuff that students can connect with. We host conferences through each of the centers every year that MBA UNC students are welcome to attend and network with. So a lot of great opportunities throughout the program.
Yeah, very good. Sudipta, what about at Georgetown?
Yeah, so at McDonough, we offer 2 in-person residencies, one at the beginning of the program, right away when they are in the program, and then one in the second year. So this really allows the students to come to campus, work with the faculty, meet the peers, meet with the staff. And so the way it has been organized is that these 2 residencies, the first one is getting to know Georgetown and the McDonough program. And then the second one is organized so that they can come in and get to know DC and the businesses surrounding. So we do have offsites that the students go to with faculty and with their peers in the second residency. And then the last one, which we are not calling a residency, but it's an immersive global business experience, is a McDonough signature. In other programs as well, we have this where the students basically can do hands-on international learning in their group in a short intensive trip. So it is part of a course which is called Global Business Experience, and the students go for 1 week outside of the United States somewhere, and they complete a project in teams. So it's a real kind of a consulting project, and so this experience really sets it apart from pure online offering by providing them with valuable global perspectives and networking opportunities. And just like Matt said, at UNC here as well, we have career days that the students can attend, any in-person programming that they could do in addition to all of the online career coaching and advising that they get. We have happy hours that we do throughout the year at several places around the US. And so the students can go to these happy hours, meet with the alumni, meet with current students, and really spend some time networking and doing other kinds of immersive, in-person networking and meeting. And so there's a ton of in-person experiences, and they can basically come in and take courses in person as well. So all kinds of opportunities, as you can think, for them to meet with each other.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Lizette, what about at Michigan Ross?
So as part of the curriculum, there are 3 required in-person residencies, and those take place in either Ann Arbor or at an international location. They're a really great way, right, for students to further build upon and kind of cement those relationships that they've started in the virtual format. Every year, we also have a welcome weekend, and that's for students admitted in a given calendar year. They can come to campus. There's team building activities. They hear from faculty. They get to interact with continuing online MBA students, weekend MBA students. They do a tour of our digital education studio, which is really cool. And then when it falls on a football weekend, we get to go to a football game, which is always lots of fun. And students, repeatedly tell us that this welcome weekend is a really great way to kind of build that foundation for those relationships as they progress through the program. So we're really proud of that. And this year we had our largest attendance to date. And so we hope to continue to build on that.
Yeah, fun. Sudipta, let's talk a little bit about, what do you think are the key differentiators to the McDonough Online MBA?
Yeah. In fact, I would say that some of the differentiators I'm going to talk about are not unique to just Flex Online students, but also to students that are in other programs, whether it's full-time or other evening programs. And so our location in DC is our biggest asset and differentiator. We can connect the students and faculty with key government organizations, leaders who have really become part of our fabric. And so our locations in the nation's capital is, provides us with a unique focus on government policy and international affairs, the intersection of that. So it's ideal for those that are interested in public sector careers and or for meeting with some kind of global agencies, government agencies, international organizations, multinational corporations. And so this is a very, very distinct focus of the business school. The second key differentiator, I would say, is our commitment to ethical leadership and social responsibility, which is clearly the hallmark of the MBA program. And students basically are encouraged to integrate values and ethics into the decision-making processes. And we don't only say this, but we have for example, I'll just give you a course on ethical leadership, and experiential learning is so important for our students that each student basically in this particular class gets about $1,000. I would say each student teams gets about $1,000 real dollars, and they have to implement an ethical project for some kind of a social good. And so we believe in actually doing, and it's not only theoretical. So the practical aspect of it is really, really important. So we are dedicated to developing well-rounded leaders, ethic, DEI, interdisciplinary approach, entrepreneurship and innovation, global business experience. All of that are part of our differentiator of differentiation for us, and very, very distinctive.
Yeah, that is interesting. Lizette, how about the differentiators for Michigan Ross?
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, we have our multidisciplinary action projects, or MAP, as we like to call it, which provides real-world hands-on learning for our students. And that is a requirement across all of our MBA programs, and really a hallmark of our hands-on learning. We have our Convatech Learning Studio, which students tell us really makes a difference in their experience, and the amount of interaction makes it feel like they're really there in person. And I'll add, recently we're really proud, the studio won the Education Project of the Year award from AV Magazine Awards just this past week in London. So very excited there. Thank you. We, of course, have our world-renowned faculty, which also teach in our residential programs. And they are experts in vast fields, right? Everything from the Federal Reserves to the influence of Taylor Swift on consumer behavior, right? So you get a nice gamut there. Our students get comprehensive access to our career services. And then, of course, that flexibility, right? The ultimate flexibility to make the program work for however is needed in their busy lives.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Yeah. And Matt, tell us about the differentiators at Kenan-Flagler.
Yeah, so Kenan-Flagler, like I said, has been doing this for a while, and I think we built a pretty good program. And it kind of tailors into two different categories. One is going to be the main class sessions, right? So Kenan-Flagler is very much known for its small class size. Most of our classes, about 99% of our classes, have no more than 18 students into it. And that provides for a lot of individual attention in the classroom. Students have opportunities to ask questions, get their questions answered, make connections on an individual level with people in their class, really get to know them, their families, their history, make friends. And that's really important to us, as it helps with the connection in school, even across the screen. So we have really small class sizes, that individual attention. We have a lot of student support that goes along with that. Like I said, we have student success advisors that are with the students throughout the program as they go through things. And then, on the logistics side, we have over 40 different electives. So students can really tailor their curriculum to what they're looking for out of their MBA and out of their career, because we match that up with career support throughout the program and even after, as they become alumni. So free and limited career support while they're in the program and as alums. So if they want to come back 10 years from now and, spice up their resume or take another class, they can do that. There's a lot of opportunities there. And then, of course, we try to tailor our curriculum to meet the students' needs, which means that we all integrate leadership a lot into our classes. And our faculty are familiar with providing students the skills that they need to take from the classroom into work on Monday, and be able to transition those leadership skills into something they can actively use. And our faculty are able to do that because our faculty are full-time faculty, but they're also required to do research. So they know exactly what is going on in the current industry, and they can apply that to the classroom.
Great, thank you. Thank you all. Lizette, back to you.
Yeah.
How are emerging technologies such as AI and data analytics changing the future of work? And how are schools like Michigan Ross kind of responding to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think those technologies, right, are changing the future of work by making simple tasks more efficient and automated, which ultimately is going to free up that human capital for the critical thinking component, right? U of M, I think, is at the forefront of that. We're the first major university to offer a custom AI platform. I think there's a lot we still don't know, right, about these emerging technologies. We're learning something new every day. But the faculty at Ross are preparing those future leaders by really integrating technologies such as the generative AI into their courses. So they're kind of teaching right as we're learning, and that's going to help those students go out there and kind of apply that to their jobs immediately and use that in their future work.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Matt, how about at UNC?
Yeah, so this is a really interesting topic, and I think something that's going a lot in higher education. AI definitely has the potential to transform not only higher education, but the future of work itself. But we're not quite sure it's there yet. I know this AI seems to be kind of an evolving technology, and we're definitely there on the cusp of it. And so here at UNC, we definitely have a couple of things going on. We're producing classes on AI so students can understand the interaction of AI into their workplace, some of the emerging technologies, how it may affect them in the future. But we've also put safeguards in place to help protect the integrity of our programs as well. And that's one of the concerns that we've heard from students, is that they want to make sure that when they graduate with a degree, that it is very much an earned degree. And so we put a lot of safeguards in place for students, and our instructors are embracing AI in the classroom and have provided guidelines to students to help move that forward. So I think it's an interesting challenge that we're continue to face in the future, but we are definitely embracing it as we go forward.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Sudipta.
Yeah, so I've been in the analytics world for now 20 years, and I can tell you that one of our goals is that every single student that graduates is data literate, from whether it's an MBA program or other specialized master's degrees and or our undergrad program. So we have identified at McDonough 5 areas of growth, and AI analytics, is AI analytics and the future of work is an initiative that we kind of are growing for the last couple of years. And I agree with both the panelists here that we are, there's lots of potential, but we are still at a very nascent stage right now. We don't know exactly where this kind of disruptive technology is going to take us. There are pros and cons to this. And I would think that adapting to this new landscape will require a combination of specialized training, interdisciplinary education, a focus on ethics, and a commitment to what Matt was talking earlier, lifelong learning for our students. And so if we can integrate these elements into our programs, I know that we can better prepare our students for evolving business world. And so currently I am working on revamping our curriculum to include more and more of the AI and data analytics areas, and especially, how to story tell using data, some of the things that are really, really important for the management students to get out and be in any field where they are at. They should be able to talk intelligently about data, think about how do we adapt to new technologies and emerging technologies, and really use technology as a way to enable business decisions. And I think we need to be tool agnostic, because that will absolutely change over time as we are looking into this. So we are looking into how we can take these different types of opportunities that we have with us and incorporate that into our MBA programs, in all of the programs, online, flex as well as full-time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think, nobody knows what it'll look like, the future workplace. We all just know it'll look different.
Mhm.
So Matt, what are some of the skills or soft skills or knowledge bases that an MBA in particular can help, with students going into kind of an uncertain environment?
Yeah, so I think that's kind of the essential question, right? So when students are looking at MBA programs, what are kind of some of these skills that they can take away from the MBA at the end of the day? And an MBA can also be a very diverse tool for students. We have students in our program from a variety of different backgrounds. And it adds a lot to our classroom and our classroom discussions, and it brings a lot into those conversations. And I think it helps produce a better MBA student. When we do that, though, you have these students with different backgrounds, and they may need a different set of skills. But one of the things that we're seeing moving forward is a lot of employers are looking for data analytics skills, and students who are able to manipulate data, and then also students who are able to manage and take action on that data. So that puts us in a kind of a different realm, because now you have students who need those skills to be able to manipulate that data. But then if students move up in their career, they move into a higher level position, maybe even the C-suite, they're looking at opportunities to take action on that data and have the leadership skills necessary to move forward on things, and have the confidence and the teams in place to manage all of that. So that we're trying to build all of that into our program. We have a lot of leadership opportunities. Data analytics is really going to be part of the program moving forward in the future. And we very much are a quantitative based program. It is a rigorous program, but it is very doable. We're still flexible at the same time. So,
Yeah.
but definitely a lot for students to process. So,
Lizette, what do you think at Michigan Ross?
Definitely those technical skills are really important, right? But I think those leadership skills are going to be the key, especially with our shift to hybrid work, right? The way people are managing, you have a hybrid team, some people are in person, some people are not. And you can't, as a manager, as a leader, build the relationships as organically as we were once able to, right? You don't have those hallway conversations to kind of move things along. And so as we're managing in this, more digital world, I think those leadership skills and figuring out, okay, how can I connect with these people that I'm working with, that I'm managing with, are going to be even more important than they have been in the past. And I think, right, the online format is a good way to start practicing that. And so we have our students constantly practicing those leadership skills. They have opportunity to kind of lean into the co-curricular with our Sanger Leadership Center. And so there's a lot there that we're doing here at Michigan Ross to bolster those skills so that they're ready to be those future leaders.
Yeah. Sudipta, you did talk about this quite a bit, but do you have anything to add about the soft skills for an MBA that are going to help in this uncertain future of work?
Absolutely. I think that the traditional areas of focus that we have had in the MBA programs are still going to be very, very important. Critical thinking, leadership, negotiation, strategy, functional area skills that they're getting. Absolutely having a baseline understanding of all of this and going beyond and really experiencing it. All of this are going to be important as ever before.
Yeah.
I think as we enter into the future of work, as I mentioned a little bit previously, lifelong learning, those kind of things. But I think another area which is really important for us to think about is adaptability and flexibility. Because the world is changing really fast. And it's not only generative AI, but it's also in a lot of different areas, right? I mean, the economic changes that we are actually seeing, sustainability and environmental management and impact on the society, all of that is important. So keeping, being flexible, thinking about it globally and with diverse perspectives, and taking ethics and bias into account is going to be absolutely important for us as we think about the future of work. So I would say, the traditional skills, but also, the other newer skills that we are talking about. And then coming back to your question about softer skills, I would say that they are absolutely important. I think both my panelists friends here have mentioned those before. How do you critically think about data, for example? How do you make those kind of decisions in a boardroom, and you tell your executives about drawing this insight in a way that is valuable for businesses? All of that is going to be absolutely important. And I don't call them soft skills, because I think they are power skills, and the students need to have them.
Yeah, very good. Well, thank you all. I think we'll end here with just a chance for you guys to each give us your kind of like last best case to talking to our student viewers, and be sure to tell them where they can, reach out to learn more about your program. And Sadita, let's just start with you.
I would say that the evolution of online MBA programs will depend on a variety of factors, such as, we have technological advancements. We are talking about market demand and, specific strategies and priorities of individual institutions. So as technology and education continues to evolve, it's very likely that the online component, right, the online MBA programs will adapt to meet the changing needs, and we will adapt, as we have always done that. We are getting a lot of interest in our Flex Online program, and we believe that it will grow in number, content variety, and that we're going to see in the future, we're going to see so much more of this, being offered in a way that the students require in terms of the flexibility in content, in terms of the schedule, delivery method, and all of that.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Matt, how about you?
Yeah, the next several years are going to be very interesting, especially in higher ed and in business. And I'm pretty confident the MBA at UNC will be bridging that gap for students in the future. The future of work is going to change. And with that, students are going to have new skills as they progress in the workplace. And I think the MBA at UNC program is really set up to provide those skills and provide that leadership that I was talking about earlier, to help students progress in their careers. I think as students also kind of move through their careers too, they're really looking for these opportunities to be involved in a career that interests them and makes them feel like they can provide a better piece of the world, really. And so giving students the opportunity, whether it's with career support, interesting electives, connections to alumni, connections to companies, is really going to be important to help them find that next path forward. MBA at UNC has a ton of electives, a ton of opportunities, lifelong learning. I think we're very well set up to provide students a lot of that moving forward.
Thank you. And Lizette.
Right, I'm going to echo my fellow panelists here on kind of that lifelong learning, the resources we're offering. But I do think that flexibility, whether in terms of format, number of offerings, the order, is going to kind of continue to be the number one priority for students seeking an online MBA, right, as we continue to grow. However, we are finding, right, that students do crave those in-person experiences. So we really want to continue to build upon those. And I think we've really set ourselves up to meet that need by allowing students, right, to select their pace, the order, how much flexibility, how long they take to finish the program, while coupling it with those in-person residencies, that welcome weekend, some global opportunities. And I think as we continue to innovate and explore opportunities, our goal is to kind of maintain that rigor of a top 10 business school, right, while offering that ultimate flexibility.
Right, absolutely. Well, I appreciate all of your time, and thank you so much for joining us. And of course, thanks to all our viewers out there, all our school seekers. And remember that you can find other interviews with directors and even alumni and others on elite programs from around the world to help you kind of narrow down your online MBA search. You can find those at our Poets and Quants YouTube page. And so next time, everyone have a great rest of their day.